Yes, we are here. Yeah, so sorry. I was supposed to do collaboration with Edward Time today, but it didn't work out due to bad network in the UK. I think there was a heavy rainfall or something, okay? But I said, since some of my followers were actually waiting on their page for this very section and it didn't hold, let me quickly say something. You know, I got you here. Yeah. All right. So it's all about Australia. Yeah. So many people want to migrate to Australia. Some people are asking question, how do I migrate to Australia? Yeah. How do I migrate to Australia? And so on. So this one will be a quick one to give you an overview, because we have detailed videos. All right. I want to start talking about how to migrate to Australia. There are so many ways to migrate to Australia. Okay. So when you ask me, I really want to move to Australia, what do I do or something, I'm like, okay, there are some things you need to consider. Like, it should be, which visa am I qualified for? So for you to come to Australia, you have to be qualified for something, okay, for any of the visas, okay. First of all, Australia also has student visas. Yes, student visas. So many people always want to go through student visas. Yeah, because of some reason, some people think it's okay for them, especially people that don't have job experience, okay. Because if you want to do skill migration, you must certainly have some qualification and experience, okay. So some people tend to go through study visa. So if your option, let me just quickly talk about the study visa, Australia study visa. Australia has about, I think, 43 universities. Like, yes, 43 universities. Thank you. Please like my video, like my live section, please. Thank you. Like it. All right. So Australia has up to like 43 universities, and about 37 of them are public universities, like owned by the government. Why about 3 or 4 is private, okay? So Australia, like almost all the universities in Australia, gives out, hello Rose, thank you, hi Bashaya, hi Rose, okay, welcome. So let's talk about the scholarship. On my YouTube channel, since this year, I've been sharing a lot of scholarship from Australia and New Zealand, okay. Almost all Australia universities give out scholarship, okay. Some are fully funded, while some of them are like 20% or 50% or thereabout. I've actually had a lot of people, my followers, mostly from YouTube, sending me message and telling me that they have gotten scholarship, but it's 50%, and they are looking for how to make up the other 50% to pay their school fees. So, which means it's confirmed that Australia is actually giving out scholarship. People from Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, India, Bangladesh, like people from Nigeria are always asking this question, is Nigeria included? I don't know why they always ask that question. I don't like it, okay? Anything I want to share that Nigeria is not included, I always mention it. But when I don't mention it, please don't say, is Nigeria included? Many Nigerians have gotten scholarship in Australia. But what I notice is that some people go and apply for admission when they don't have any option of school fees. So when they give them like 20, 30, 50% of scholarship, they're also looking for other 50%, okay? However, if you're looking for admission, you should have at least plan on how to pay your school fees. Getting international admission is not a big deal. I keep telling people, it's not the big deal. The big deal is getting the visa. A lot of people get admission, but they don't get visa. Okay, admission is a chicken change. Visa is the ultimate. Okay, all right. So I'm not going to talk much about Australian study visa. However, if you want to go to Australia via study visa, you must go through an agent. I'm going to release a video tomorrow on my YouTube on how to find study agent, like Australia student visa agent only, like just a short video. I've made that video in the past, but it was incorporated in other videos. So sometimes people will find it hard to search, but this one will be specifically on how to find this agent. Authentic, like genuine one. Then if you want to go and dash your money out, it's okay. You can go and dash it to anyone, but I will always show you the real deal, the right thing. Okay. So you must go through an agent. Don't go and apply for admission on your own. You will not get it in Australia. Okay, you must go through an agent. Some people say it's hard because the agent will still charge you. Okay, however, something caused it in the past. You can easily go online and apply for student admission in Australia, but something happened in the past that made them to change that. You know how these things are. So they believe that the agent from your home country, which they assign, you know, to do that job, will be able to verify your document and so on. They still pay those agents. However, the agents will also charge you. So if it's in Naira, they will charge you between 150 and 200,000 Nairas thereabouts. Okay. So, but I will be showing you in that video tomorrow I will release on how to go to the school website. I will give you a link for all the school websites. I always do this thing. Okay. I'll give you all the link for school website. Then I will show you how to go and find them. Then you know you're dealing with something authentic. Okay. However, there are other agents, like third-party agents that work with them. You can still work with. That's fine. But people are getting admission and people are moving. Okay. People are moving. A lot of people are moving, like testimonial. One thing is that I don't share people's testimonial on my channels and stuff because I'm not like a pastor or congregation. I'm not looking for a customer or something. And because I believe one day someone said to me, but you haven't showed us anyone that migrated through. I'm like, oh, I'm not an agent. I am a coach. I tell people, but bless me, like, and bless this ministry. A lot of people actually knowing about Australian visa, and a lot of people are knowing how to migrate to Australia. People are attempting it on their own. And student visa is like, because they can now write their GTE, genuine temporary entrance, and the statement of purpose from my own teaching. Like, so I'm not going to praise and say, oh, this person, oh, screenshot of, no. Okay. And when people make a comment under my post or under my YouTube videos and say they have gotten Australian visa, people tend to abuse them. Like, they will bombard them with questions, tell us how you do. And some of them want to be private. So they always send private message. Okay. I remember one day someone sent a message and said he gotten work visa 400 and thanked me on YouTube. Before I could wake up, you know the time difference. The comment section was already on fire, asking this person that said to me is a private person, but now. So what I'm telling you is that if you want to go to Australia to study, yes. And one good thing about studying in Australia is that there is a pathway for you to settle after study. Like, there is pathway for you to settle. So this one is not like you are studying and you are stranded after 2 years, like you don't know what to do, unless you just in Australia and you're wasting your time. You don't want to ask people what they're doing. And there is a visa, postgraduate work visa. Okay. Check if you're qualified for it. Go for it. There is also, you can also be a student, apply for work visa and apply for skill visa if you already have previous experience. Anyway, that one by the way. Now let's talk about other ways to migrate to Australia apart from study. Okay. Australia has a work visa. Okay. Work visa. I always say work visa in Australia. The good thing about work visa in Australia is that there are some temporary resident visa you can get without you even having a job in Australia. And there are some that are permanent resident you can shoot from your home country. Okay. So do you know the Canada Express entry? Australia has it for both temporary resident and permanent resident. Yes. And people are cashing out on it. People are even doing the application on their own. Okay. So all you need to do is that there is something called skill occupation list. Okay. I'll always show this thing because this is a live section. I can't be showing you screen and stuff. But if I'm doing my YouTube video, I always show screen and always show links. Okay. Check if your occupation is an Australia skilled occupation list for migration. You will find a lot of link on my YouTube channel about this one. If your occupation is there, find a state or territory that will sponsor you. Australia has 6 states and 2 territories. That reminds me, Australia is a country. It's not a continent. It's a country. Some people keep saying it's a continent. Okay. So there is a visa where you must get a job to apply for it and get it. And there are other visas that you do not need job to apply for. Okay. This is just a brief summary of how to migrate to Australia. However, if you want to go via skills, if you're going through study visa, it's fine. You may not need to have experience or something. Okay. But you're going for studies. But if you're going through skill migration, work visa, and so on, you must have qualification and you must have experience. Okay. And you'll be ready to do your skill assessment. You'll be ready to do your skill assessment. It's not always every time that you find someone that will say, give me money, I'll give you Australian visa. I tell people, anyone that ever tells you, pay me money, I'll give you Australian visa, you're supposed to run. I've lived in this country enough to tell you that this will not work. I've said that to so many people, they doubted me. It ended in premium tears. Okay. This system here is very tight. They only want you to do something genuine. And most of you are qualified for it, but you are so scared. I don't know why, but thank God Janekennix is changing mindset. I see people today come for, respond to me and say to me, even on comment section on YouTube, and telling me that they have started their skill assessment. A lot of people now, even both in Nigeria, in Africa, in Asia, they are attempting skill assessment on their own. Like the same skill assessment, they will like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. They listen to my video. They will listen and they go and start. Because when I do my video, I show you links. I show you how to come there, what to click, what to expect, what to supply. Okay. So that is enough for you to attempt it, because someone is holding you and actually showing you how to do this thing one by one. And you can make a comment under the videos and I will still come back when I see it, when I have time, and I will respond to you. But the good thing is that most of my followers as well, they've already known a lot from me, so they can even respond to you, which is so good. We have such beautiful community on YouTube. Such beautiful community. They respond to each other. They talk, they form group, they do their things and stuff. Okay. I am not forming any group. I formed Telegram once and someone scamming people. Okay. I don't do YouTube. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do Telegram. Yeah. Because of scammers as well. Okay. Just beware. I don't promise people any visa. Anybody promising you visa is not me. Okay. So when you say, someone said to me, I studied home economics, but I have 4 years experience. I remember that comment on my Facebook. He said, I studied home economics and I have 4 years experience in the administrative sector. Okay. I wanted to ask her more. I wanted to ask her, what is your job title? Administrative sector is huge. I wanted to know her job title. Okay. Sometimes in skill migration in Australia, you may have qualification and have skill experience in another area, but you must have at least 5 years. So what they do when they do skill assessment is that your assessing authority will take out 3 years from that your 5 years and add it to your degree or whatever that is not linked to that skill you have. For example, if you study business administration and you ended up being a farmer, a sheep farmer, a goat farmer, or livestock farmer, you can still migrate to Australia as an agriculture, like as a sheep farmer, or even though you did not study that in university, you got your degree in business administration. How it works is this: when you want to do your skill assessment, you are not going to do your skill assessment under business administration. You do it under livestock farming. Okay. So because you already have a degree, what they will do, but you must have at least 5 years experience, so that when they chalk out the 3 years to add in that your degree that is not relevant to livestock farming, you will still have at least 2 years remaining. So that's why they said, if your skill is not matching your qualification, you must at least have 5 years experience, so that they can draw 3 out of it, put it in this one, call it your qualification, then you will have 2 left as your experience. So this person, that's why when you ask me this question, it's not a straightforward. Sometimes I send you videos. Please, if I send you video, go and try and watch it. It will give you more details than more. It's been a lot. Maureen, I so much miss you. It's been way long. All right. So what I am saying is this, okay? If you are wanting to migrate to Australia for work visa, you must have qualification and experience, okay? There is no job like fruit picking. It's not for African or Asians. I've made video about that too, and I will make more because I'm now receiving a lot of inquiry, people saying that they want to do farm work. Australia, you can migrate to Australia as a farmer, but not as a fruit picker. You can migrate to Australia as a livestock farmer, fish farmer, even chicken, even sheep farmer, even agricultural technicians, agricultural consultants. You can, but not fruit picking. No, not those ones you go and weed. No. Because they want you to be skilled. They want you to have qualification and experience because you will do skill assessment. Okay? So, someone said, I'm a forklift driver. How do I migrate to Australia? Okay. Forklift driving is not in the list of occupation in Australia. However, if you're so lucky to go online and start hunting, I've shared how to find a job in Australia. Go to Seek Australia, Indeed Australia, Jora Australia. Go to LinkedIn. Anyway, search for visa sponsorship in your occupation. Visa sponsorship in accounting, visa sponsorship, whatever, accounting, visa sponsorship, however you want to put it. And see if there is anyone ready. Nursing, visa sponsorship. Okay. I see a lot of nurses. You must write your IELTS 7777 in all. That's why I said, if you're going to marry a nurse, please ask the nurse if he wants to migrate abroad because there's too much exam to write. Okay. How can he bring me in? Okay, so there is always something to give. You cannot just say, some people that are accusing me that I'm not, why don't you want to take money and give us a job? The thing is that Australia is not like that, okay? I cannot take your money and give you a job because I cannot find a job for you. And I cannot go and meet employer and say, I have job for people. No, because that employer must advertise the job. I know you guys keep telling me the way the UK people do it, they sell COS and can't you? No. Any employer that does it, the employer, you will lose your job. Like, they will close your company. It's fraudulent. This country is serious. Okay, so if they want to employ someone, they must advertise it. They must go through the process for you to get a visa. That's why it's always a right channel. So even if I'm going to apply for a job for you, I will still use your African or Asian address, because what is the purpose of that job if you cannot get a visa? So if I get that job as myself, how will you get a visa? Tell me. People say, because you're already there, you can easily find us job. So if I find you a job with my address, how will you apply for visa? Because I'm applying it as a resident, as a citizen. You know, these things is better you understand it. I'm going to tell you here today that Australia is a very beautiful country and Australia migration is very straightforward. Australia is a country where if they said you have this temporary resident visa, you stay for so years, and it's very specific. You will apply for this certain permanent resident visa. Like, it's obvious. For example, if you come here with visa 491, which is a 5 years temporary resident visa, it's also a work visa, you can apply for that visa without having a job in Australia. I have a lot of video on that on YouTube. Okay, you can apply for that visa, but you must be qualified and do your skill assessment. You come to Australia 3 years later, you apply for your PR. That is how clear. So within 4 years, you apply for within 3 years, you apply for your PR. Where do you even do that? Which country? Okay, Canada, you can do that. Australia is also another country where you can shoot from outside of your country and come in with permanent resident. We did that. So I'm not like telling you lies. A lot of people are doing it as well. People from your country. So don't come and say, can someone from this? No. As long as you have what they need, You have that thing, you give it to them, it doesn't matter. Any visa that excludes certain countries, they will tell you this visa belongs to people from these certain passport holders. But once it's not stated, that visa is for everyone. Okay? If you say to me that your qualification doesn't meet up with Australia's qualification, for example, that one is okay. It doesn't mean because you're from this country. It's just because they deem that your qualification is not enough. Okay? And that's why sometimes if you want to go through migration, skill migration, it's always good sometimes to have a postgraduate qualification so that when they say that your first degree is not enough, they at least have something subsequent to jam it and uplift it. Does it make sense? Yeah. So someone chatted me today and said, oh, I don't know that Australia has a work visa. I said, yes, it has a work visa, but you must be qualified. So there is nothing like arrange for me, you know. You must be qualified and go for it. Now, I keep saying you do not need an agent to apply for Australian visa except the student visa. You can apply it yourself. You can do this thing yourself. Try to develop that interest. All you need is that bring your book, buy exercise book, bring a pen. Watch these videos, check out which visa do you think you are qualified? Because you know yourself, you know your profile. You know, now you have known the requirements of all these visas. Which one do you think you're qualified for? Then you write it down. So the kind of question I expect from you is this. Okay. Not asking me how do I migrate to Australia, because now I assume that you have known all the pathways. Okay. Because I've made multiple videos on these ones. So you ask me specific question. For example, someone asked me, how much is proof of fund for student visa? Not asking me, can someone migrate to Australia with student visa, when I have said this so many times and I have video proof. But if you ask me something like, how much is proof of fund? Okay. I have a video dedicated on how to proof of fund and why and how you can calculate it, like how much will go for your school fees and how much is for your, that you will add up. So I have a video for that. So I can as well send you that video so it will explain very well to you so that you as a person will know how much you'll be looking for. But if you ask me, how can I migrate to Australia with a student visa? I'm like, okay, I've said this in so many times. I have video on it, which means you haven't watched any of them. Okay. So if you ask me a question like, okay, I've seen my occupation in the skill occupation list. My assessing authority is vet assess. I just want to know if they require IELTS for skill assessment. That one is a specific question. It means that you have actually tried. You have tried to find something. If you want to migrate to Australia, start trying to watch these videos, find something and ask question. You don't ask vague question, you ask a specific question, and it will help you and me. Okay? So if you ask me and said, I have done my skill assessment, I am waiting this, which state do you think will require someone that studied biochemistry, for example? Okay, I will give you specific information and show you how to go and find and choose a state. Okay, because I have a video on that already. There is no question. Okay, so and I keep making more. There is no question you will ask me today about Australian migration that I don't have video on. I bet you. The only thing I need you is to watch it, come back and ask me question. You said, I have watched that video. See. How do this happen? How will I do this? How will I get that? Okay, so that helps. Australia is a beautiful country. Another thing I want to tell you is that people that are talking about snake. I live here. You live in your country. Outside of Australia, you see this snake. But me that's staying here, I don't see that snake. No be juju be that. No be juju be that. I don't know where you see that snake. Let me tell you, anybody can post anything online. Okay? And say it's because everybody has had that stereotype that Australia has snake and creepy creatures. So if I go to TikTok and make this video and say, now let me tell you, if you go today, I'm from Nigeria. If I go and live in the bush in Nigeria, I will see snakes, lion, tigers. Okay? I will see snake. White people live in the bush. They call it farm. They live in the farm. If someone lives in the farm and he sees snake, just like someone in Africa, if you go to the bush, you know how Oyibo behaves. And now you guys talking. I'm like, where do you see this next thing? Maybe there is what the media project so that they don't have a lot of black people here. Like they do in UK. Maybe it's working for them. I don't know. Because sometimes I think that way. Okay. But there is a lot of job for you in Australia. Australia is that country that you will come, you won't find something to do. No. And you being a citizen is a question of 4 years. 4 years you're a citizen. Okay. That's it. Everything is very straightforward. Okay. Once you are in, as long as you come in with a valid visa, please, if you're coming with visitor visa, you will struggle. I've made video on that as well. I've made a video. For example, someone said, can I convert Australian visitor visa to work visa? Okay. It's not yes or no question. What I do is that because I already have a video there where I detailed everything, the challenges you will face and options for you. Okay. I cannot write this thing down. It will be like 5 pages. Do you expect me to be writing 5 pages under my comment section? Like, do you know time it will take me? So I give you a link. I say, please watch this and ask question. You don't even care. You don't touch it, which means you don't really consider the question you ask. You were just asking it for asking sake. It doesn't mean anything to you, because if it means something to you, you watch that short video and come back and ask question. Okay. So Australian migration is possible. People are coming. Okay. People are coming. Yeah, but they don't troop in like they troop in UK, because you must go through the right, like that opportunity of someone giving you this job and doing you this thing is not here. If the government or the immigration ever suspects you, you are gone. Like gone. Even your business will be closed down. Like everybody say, people value their citizenship, they value their permanent residence, they value their visa, so they don't want to take things for granted. Okay, because it's not worth it. Stop having the mindset that I must go through an agent to leave my country. No. Capital no. A lot of things are online. When I share Australian visa, I give it a name. I give you a link. I demonstrate. I do. What else do you want? And I'm still ready to answer your question. Why do you need an agent that you cannot afford, or the one that will dupe you? Okay. However, I'm releasing video this weekend to show you how to go find a genuine agent, since that is what you want. You know, Janekennix got your back here. All right. So I think I will be. Hi. Thank you. Alola Adewale. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. All right. Johnson, you said you have someone in USA. How can that person in USA should be making plan, because he's already in USA? Johnson, that person is already in that country. That person should bring you over. He should know how to bring you over, not you finding how that person will bring, because you cannot be in a country and how about it looks somehow. You have someone in USA, tell that person to bring you over. You should be making the inquiry, not you outside of USA making inquiry, unless the person doesn't want to bring you. Okay, it will be able to tell you the pathways. Okay, so this video today is for Australia, my beautiful country, home far away from home, very beautiful. Okay, all right. So you know now you can migrate to Australia via study visa, via work visa, that you need to get a job, and the work visa you do not need to get a job. And also you can shoot for permanent resident from your home country. Okay, I will ask you, please visit my YouTube. Link is, I shared a link of my YouTube here, and I will drop it again after this video on my comment section. Just go there and check out things yourself. I bet you, and ask your question. You will be so shocked how much information you will gather. Okay. All right. Thank you. I think I'm ending this. I don't even want to tell you the time in Australia now. If I tell you, you will shout. And please, Australia is not 24 hours ahead of Nigeria. Don't even tell me that, because you keep telling me that when you come for consultation and tell me, I know Australia is 24 hours. Oh, who told you that? Who told you that? How do you even know that? You guys keep thinking Australia is that far away. It's not. Okay. It is, but not as you think. At least you are far away from your village people. That's a plus. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay. I will be ending this now. Okay. Thank you. More to come. More to come. Okay. Bye.